Because as he said, Rich was saying, they've got all this attention deficit problem because everyone's hitting them with messages from all over. When they come to the internet to look for something that specific, they're ready to buy. So you don't have to worry about convincing them it's a good product because they've already made the brand awareness for you. They've been funding it on the radio and on television. It's a good thing to look at. Selling, what are those ladders? The fancy multi-flip, Little Giant ladders. They advertise in USA Today, most popular distributed magazine in the United States, right? Newspaper. Those people go, oh, Little Giant. They go online and they go to Google and then they see your ad instead. They click on your link and boom, they buy Little Giant. You didn't have to convince them to buy it. All you did is pass them over to the affiliate company that sells Little Giants and you got paid. And they're funding the brand awareness for you. Did I miss something? Yeah, no, it's the same. Read 1,000 magazines. I read 1,000 magazines. I have them stacked up all over the place. I actually read them. Why? Because they're catalogs. Magazines are paid or are looking for content so bad that press releases are submitted to them. They're written to look like it's an actual review of the product, but it was written by the company selling the product in the first place. You pick up a PC magazine, a digital camera magazine, that's all that stuff is. It's like Christmas time. I open up, I love it. Because then you could see what's going to be influencing the consumers as the consumers go online to do their research, and you step in front of that traffic. You build the website now to get ready for the Christmas selling season because the Sony Digital DS9 is going to be the hot camera because it's been mentioned in every single digital camera magazine that you subscribe to. I subscribe to Mac magazines. I don't own a Mac. I've not owned a Mac since 1988. I love them. I wish I could buy one. I just have no reason to. All my guys work on PCs. But I love the idea of a Mac. Mac didn't invent the MP3 player. I had an MP3 player years before the iPod came out. They just do it a little bit better than the next guy, right? Isn't that what we're just trying to learn here? Just a little bit better than the next guy. Don't create the market, just do it better than the next guy. So they go online, doing research, they need the product, build the site, get in front of them, do the pay-per-click ads, make it for research, make instructional video tutorials for hot products like digital cameras. That's a good way to do it, man. You go to YouTube, you go to all the video distribution sites, and by the way, there's dozens of them, not just YouTube, and you put your video out there, and there's actually some new products that do it. Does anybody know the name of one of the new ones that just launched last week? Video Submitter or something like that. There's a few products that do it. I'm sorry, what is it? Video Upload Pro, Video Robe. Yeah, they'll submit it for you. The problem I had with the one that came out last week, and I looked at it, I said, oh, maybe I should promo this. The problem that I had with it is that the guy's doing it on his server. So one, he knows your business, and two, what if his servers get banned from an IP standpoint? Unless he's running some fancy propagation, IP proxy rotation scripts and stuff like that, you could get banned, and then they're not going to accept your submissions at all the video submission services, right? So those are the type of things you got to look at. But it looks like, I mean, it's worth it. It's a great distribution channel. We play with it. Web 2.0, Don's going to talk about that today. It's a great distribution channel. You make a video for these people, they pass it to their friends, make sure somehow you get your URL in there. I see these people not put their domain names or their affiliate links in, in their opening and closing credits. You need to do that. It sells like wildfire. Make video tutorials. The guy who recorded my seminars a couple times, he actually sold DVDs on how to use high-end digital cameras on eBay, and he made a great living doing it. People buy these cameras, they have crappy little manuals. I bought a couple things last week that didn't have any manuals at all. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to use it if you don't have a manual to teach me how to use it? Well, they go online and they try to find the manual. You make sure you're the person giving them the training solution instead. So, which, by the way, you could build a website with nothing more than press releases and download manuals that the companies give away for free anyhow. You just do a better job of getting it in the search engines than the companies themselves do. So you build a website about manuals for this hot digital camera. You need a digital camera manual? Come to me, digitalcameramanual.com. Here's all the manual PDFs. They're free. Websites love that content. They love PDFs. Buzz tracking, blogpulse.com, Dig, MySpace, Yahoo Buzz, Google Trends. I've got to go through this, folks. This is mentioned later on in the presentation. Blog Pulse is interesting because if you're doing a get traffic website and you want to grab traffic, you want to see what's being talked about in the blog sphere, who's talking about what, which blogs are talking about it, and then all you have to do is see what they're talking about, develop a product, put up your blog, and then you go to those sites that you know are very popular, they're talking about the hot topic, and you track them back, and you contact them directly, and you get incoming links, and it helps build your own traffic. So these are some of the tools that we use. Don's doing 2.0 later, so I'll let him deal with that. Forget about obscure niches. It takes just as long to create a book about Meerkats as it does to create one about making money from home. It takes just as long to find incoming links for Meerkats as it does from working at home. Where do you think people make more money, though? Selling stuff about meerkats, which is an animal from Africa, or making money from home? Exactly. Takes just as much time to build a website, do the research, put out the product, you name it. Find affiliate partners, it doesn't matter. Where's the distribution channel of the Meerkat product? Who are you going to go to promote it for you? $2,000 a day? It's funny, when I did this slide then, that day during the seminar, I read an article. There was actually a show on Discovery Channel about meerkat families. And I had no idea. I did it because my children watch Disney's Lion King, and that's where I picked this up. I was working when they were watching it. So it was kind of funny, coincidental. Magazines to read for research: PC Magazine, PC World, Business 2.0, Business Week, Popular. There's actually just a small fraction of all the ones that I read. And I just blow through them. I don't absorb and want to be able to talk at a cocktail dinner about what's going on in the Gaza Strip, although I feel it's very, very important. I do tend to talk about it once in a while. But what I do is I try to regurgitate, I try to pull all the information I can out of them and use it for what I need to use it for. It falls out of my brain a couple days later for the stuff I don't need, and we move on to the next thing. But I read all of them. I highly recommend them all. Business 2.0 is a bargain. I'm not going to use that joke again. It's $10 a year. The goal is to tap into existing traffic via affiliates and newsletters. I haven't read this presentation in 6 months, so I have to read the slides too. People who already sell products in your market are not your competition. They're your source of free traffic. Once again, competition is our friends. Tap into the existing market that's out there. If there's competition, make them friends. There's more than enough money to go around. Somebody last night said they thought they're going to be a competitor of mine. I said, you're not. We're in business together. Frank Kern, the other day we were sitting here, and I said, Frank, you've got that multi-million-dollar business. I said, I've never repeated who in the world, what market that is. I said, but I'm hearing a lot of people talk about it. He goes, yeah, I guess. But he said, I'm not afraid of those guys. Bring them on. It's competition. It makes you a little bit better. Somebody else had said to me that they thought that dissemination of information on the internet in a particular fashion, I can't remember what it was, but it was going to cause us a problem because there's going to be too much information access available. And I said, no. I said, that's just going to make you that much better of a person. You better be a better marketer or else you won't survive. I think competition makes you stronger. They were actually referring to free IQ, which is Brad Fallon and Annie Jenkins' deal. And they thought that was going to cause a problem and actually devalue us as marketers and stuff. And I said, no, it'll make us stronger. It'll make us better marketers, plain and simple. I have to think about it. There's no barrier of entry to doing business on the internet. I mean, any guy can go to the local library, any girl go to the local library, get a free internet account, and they're in business, aren't they? Gmail accounts. There's no barrier of entry. They teach you this in Economics 101. There's no barrier of entry on the internet, except for the people that are idiots when it comes to marketing. You could have the best product in the world.